Today I will play the video game and then break my own back and die. I'm trying to do a thing today, I think. Which is, doing a run with Omega stats. What is... Yep, there we go. So I've, repackaged Code Empress, Shenji's Code Empress, into a 9-9 record attack shithead. Because I'm watching people playing, like, hard commit bottom right get, like, sub 140. And I'm like, you know, it might be worth a try. You know, play stats that go fast in order to go fast. Weird concept. What was that program you used to use with MPV for Twitch chat? Do you think it can be used to link to a YouTube stream's chat? That was chatty, and definitely not. There's, like, no way. Oh, this is normal speed. The fuck? Did I not add a fucking game speed change to my splitter? Or, to my fucking config? I'm like, immediately this is wrong. I think meme chat is probably coming. Like, YouTube chat just sucks a dick. Everything else about the platform's better than Twitch so far, but YouTube chat isn't my favorite, so... I'll probably take a look at, like, what my options are to dodge that particular thing. I actually wanted to put together a theater mode page, but YouTube specifically blocks the chat from being embedded, which is something that I don't understand. Yeah, fucking top chat is a nightmare. Reminder, if you're watching this, to head to the top of the little chat window, hit that drop down, and switch things to live chat. Because top chat is like the world's most overzealous anti-spam filter that's presumably intended for like lo-fi hip-hop and similar channels that get nothing but trash posting. Oh hey, I golded, even though I missed like 3 reds. Whoops! Yeah, no, theater mode sucks a dick. I was gonna do a theater mode page, but they won't let you embed the chat, sadly. So clearly the only reasonable thing to do in this situation is to migrate to your own chat platform, as one does. I'm sort of tempted to literally just, like, do an IRC embed in the absence of, like, a good solution at the moment. Yeah, the old streaming site thing. The fucking, like, Vinesauce flash chat thing. Y'all remember that shit? That was hot. I fucking suck at this game, by the way. Did you see that? Yeah, Chatango! That's the fucking... That's the shit. Yeah, and livestream.com. Back before Twitch was good, or, like... Well, back before Twitch was Twitch, really. Oops, that's embarrassing. Whoops. Yeah, back when Twitch was Justin TV. And, like... just in general, internet video was the fucking Wild West and nobody knew what was going on. And you probably thought Smosh was funny. Simpler times. That's what happens when you just miss, like, 2 cuts. There. The one I spent all my time on died because our host didn't want to pay the fees anymore. Unlucky, dude. Yeah, it's... I don't use the tyronesama.moe domain for anything besides, like, some mail that I haven't bothered to migrate yet. But I want to keep it under my control for a long time, because link rot is, like, the most frustrating shit ever. It's like Photobucket deciding that all of their content was now premium only, and, like, years of forum history being wiped off the fucking internet in, like, the blink of an eye. Y'all remember that shit? It's like, we're kind of seeing the same thing now, I think, where, like, first it was every image host that doesn't suck disappearing. Now it might be every video host that doesn't suck disappearing. Talk about the decline of internet culture world record. Seriously, how do we always get so fucking serious so quickly? It's been under 5 minutes. Hey Tehran, have you considered you're a sad sack with nostalgia goggles? Yeah, maybe. A bit. Don't mind me just curating my little corner of the fucking digital space. Wow, what did I fuck up to lose 2 seconds? That's crazy. Nice, as it's because you draw e-boomers. That might be true. Hey, I correctly reacted to not getting the rocket start and didn't immediately try to lawn mow. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to lawn mow. I've always had, like, kind of a fascination for digital spaces that, like, are able to operate outside of the rules, but on somebody else's infrastructure. Like, this is a really specific example, but, like, back when, like, having a JTAG to 360 was the coolest shit ever, and, like, Modern Warfare lobbies, hosted by people who had modded out their shit, would be just, like, rainbow slurs flying across the screen as every player in the server is, like, instantly max leveled and simultaneously killed by nothing. And, like, you could just go to Xbox Live and pay for Xbox Live and join a room and that would happen to you. Just so wildly outside of your expectations for what should be possible. I'm losing hella time, actually. Maybe this experiment sucks. Oh, I fucking suck. That's awful. Yeah, for those who missed the explanation at the start of the stream, I'm using a edited Eve with Omega stats, max speed, max weight. Resisting the urge to just say maybe 9 weight kinda sucks. Yeah. Time to play 9-6. Man, it's the weirdest part of, like, looking back on how things used to be online. So, like, a lot of the stuff that I've come to idolize is like, hey, this is a time when good things were happening and technology was generally being used in less shitty ways. Those were things that I was either too young or too restricted at the time to actually have experienced directly. You'd get, like, the kickback. You get people talking about it on other sites, or, like, the ways it seeps into the real world, you know? Oh yeah, this fucking sucks ass. Get me out of here. Let's try, like... I don't know, 9.6 is slightly more extreme than 8.5, which is what I usually play. Maybe I should give that a shot. Let's open Slade. Yeah, I think 9 weight is just, like, unwieldy. Maybe 8.8? I'll try 8.8 and, like, take it down in steps, I guess. 9.6 should be more or less same relative spark rate, though, right? Yeah, fuck it, 9.6. Let's try that. 8.8 and have Laz coach you in real time. Actually, before I fucking do that, let me actually add kartexec.config kart speed hard. Huh. That's interesting. Managed to 6F the game by running that alias in the wrong place, I guess. So that's pretty excellent, I'd say. Hey, Newt. Thanks. Why are my fucking Streamlabs notifications so delayed? I see it in chat like 20 minutes before it makes the funny sound. Why did I reflexively go to netplay? Alright, this is hard speed, right? There it is. Thank you very much. So this is 9.6, which is a little more measured. Okay, come on. Hit your fucking start boost, you piece of shit. Dumb fuck. Been playing too much fucking juice box. I don't remember how to control this game anymore. I'm like, what happens when you're not constantly in mini turbo? I don't remember. Chris says, nice Kirby shirt. Thanks, it's phrase. Boyfriends have the best shirts. It is the fucking law. Yeah, I really just can't get a red there, huh? I should probably not go for it. Thalia asks, what is the context behind the Gormful shirt? Somebody ordered a shirt from my Streamlabs merch store and just blatantly got the wrong shirt. They got, like, an anime shirt. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Hunter X Hunter's shirt. There we go. It's a weird feeling like, oh, let me play these stats I've never played before. Oh, I got my best green hills of all time. Whatever, man. Coop says, is Juicebox hurting you that bad? Dude, I went to KTM today and tried to tech. Everybody in, like, the Juicebox testing loop has been playing it, like, really, really often. Dude, literally, Runa, literally exactly that. You just go to a server where nobody good is playing, and you fucking pick some joke stats. Like, huh, you know, I never play this. Let's see what it's all about. And then you just win every game and never see any players. Yeah, until you bonk once, get SPB'd, and then literally the entire race passes you, and you, like, have to rationalize the fact that you actually just, like, lost 10-year-olds. This game is fucked up, because the entire experience is just, like, occasionally losing to 10-year-olds. And you know it's 10-year-olds. Wow. I super fucked up the ending. How did I still gain time? I guess that's the power of 9-6 on Dark Race. Hey man, here's the stat block you usually play, except better. The funniest thing about Juicebox Dev has actually been watching Mari, who typically plays Tails, play Omega stats for like a week straight. And like consistently win games. Runa says AJ coming out as age phobic. I'm actually just against children. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Just anti-child. Nope. I like to think that I do my part to make this a more welcoming, like, space for people who are unfortunate enough to be young and stupid on the internet. Like, Sonic fan communities are fucked up. I mean, I was raised on this kind of stuff. I was raised on image boards, fanfiction.net, fucking Sonic Retro ROM hacking forums, the Newgrounds audio portal. And I still consider those spaces and those experiences to be, like, pretty significantly influenced the type of person that I am today. So I do feel like I got a responsibility to, you know, leave the spaces I'm in a little bit better for people like me. Oh, fucking damn it. Are you serious? I'm so tired. Ashnell says adults on the internet are bad enough, right? Really, just don't go online. Just don't. It's bad. But it doesn't have to be. That's the idea, at least. As long as we're talking about, like, internet influences, shoutouts to fucking Galaxy 64 Calera. The people running that fucking server are almost single-handedly responsible for my high school experience becoming a Matryoshka doll of fuck. Smash 64 is good. Play it. Play it! It's a good video game. So that fucking sucks. And it says, speaking as somebody who grew up on YouTube and Newgrounds, I don't want anyone else to come out of that as fucked up as I did. No, I shouldn't have, like... My parents did their best to make sure I wasn't in those spaces that I grew up on. And they were probably right. Like... To an extent, there's only so much you can do as a fucking parent or any other position of authority to limit a kid's access to, like, weird shit online. But, like, I don't know. My life could have taken a really different trajectory. Why would I use that sneaker there? The fuck? Use it on the straightaway. Maybe. (9.6) feels kind of uncanny. It's like not quite right. Playing those like low taxi distance difference stats is always so strange. Like, this is a fucked up fucking run already. Oh god. Great. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Woo, we're behind. There's so much time save in this run, though. I don't know, if I get like 10 seconds behind, I'll reset and just play fucking 8-5 and stop worrying about it. I feel like you do actually need some kind of specialized knowledge to play, like, 9-9, etc. effectively in a record attack environment. The way you use fucking shoes is so particular. Just because your acceleration's so fucking bad. I miss forums. I kinda want to start a forum. Fucking... places for longer form discussion in, like, spaces that are moderated by actual humans relevant to the interest you're discussing. Kinda miss that. Okay, yeah, made up some time. AJ accidentally makes FF14 forums too. If you post about Free Cure, you are fucking banned. You are the most banned ever. Forums and wikis, dude. I think Discord is better than what came before it, for sure. But the way it's used is like an information silo. Like the balanced Discord, fucking fighting game Discords. That shit's gross. It's worse than the fucking, like, here's the combo Evernote for my Blaze Blue main. That That shit is whack! It's fucking stupid! Use the wiki! It's like, Hitbox Dimension's fucking awesome. It's legitimately, like, my favorite online community I've ever been in. But I kinda resent that we're on Discord. Like, am I alone there? Discord's kind of fucking hot ass, even though it's the best thing available for what it is. I wouldn't be half as mad if there was a fucking full-featured native client instead of Electron shit, but... Ouch! Okay, yeah, we're fine. National asks, what things are missing from Discord in your opinion? Self-hosting, first off. Like, first and overwhelmingly foremost. Honestly, it's not so much like... Just the centralization's a big fucking no for me, and like... The desktop clients are miserable, especially compared to the mobile experience, which is actually quite nice, I think. It's not meaningfully fucking skinnable at all. Voice is just objectively worse than Mumble and TeamSpeak. Especially because the client does all that fucking processing shit, some of which you can turn off, but a lot of which you can't. So even good microphones sound like garbage. Oh, voice on mobile's a fucking nightmare. Kind of forgot about that strat. I wonder if it's actually faster. The UI for folders is insane. National asks, curious, do you end up looking at Matrix? Matrix has been on my radar for a while. The last time I was doing actual, like, research into it as an alternative to anything, I got some concerns about, like, the protocol, home server uptime, scalability. But, like, overall it seemed like a pretty cozy place to be. It's just unfortunate that, like... It's so fucked. Nothing is perfect. Like, the reason Discord took off is 100% solely because it took all the features that were available at other places. And even though it implemented them way shittier than those individual fucking applications did, all under the same fucking hood and the same unified identity, was basically its entire thing. Like, Slack is shit, but Slack is still a better text chat experience. It's just that, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, fuck. Thought I was on lap 3, I have no idea why. Yeah, its competition was Skype at peak Skype shittiness. It's like many people, I had a big-ass Skype group chat, and it was miserable. Shit like, hello, someone has, a member of your group has uploaded a file. We will now begin automatically downloading it for you. You're welcome. Nah, Slack threads are awesome. Oh, that's good. The client was a mess. It was a bloated piece of shit that never worked. Notifications and overall fucking delivery reliability was a piece of shit. Oh my god, dude, get me out of here. I hate this! Yeah, no, it's like Skype felt like malware. It was miserable. And it's crazy because even back when, like, so I migrated around the time that, like, there's Skype 5 or 6, basically. And, like, at that time, if you knew how to wrangle the auto-updater and shit, Skype, like, 2, that client, was still mostly usable. And it's fucking blatantly, like, obvious how much better it was. Because everything in it actually worked. Because, like, ultimately, the reason being on, like, a proprietary fucking service makes my fucking skin crawl is because, like, there will always come a point in time where the interests of the people running it do not align with the interests of the people using it. And that goes, like, quintuple if it's meant to be a free service, like messaging has to be in order for it to, like, exist and have a user base. Yeah, I said if I get 10 seconds behind, I'll just fucking bail and switch back to my old stats. Some of this was just missed start boosts, though. Arsenal says it's a pain to even get people to install free things now. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that Discord being like, open this webpage to talk with us for raid was like an enormous boon because it reduced the barrier to entry pretty significantly. I'm sure some of you have seen, like, Gilded. Which is basically like if Discord and every single form of fucking, like, scheduling and fucking productivity software had some sort of insane chimera baby. And I'm just staring at this like, wow. You've added so many features. I don't want any of them. And you've shit all over the UI to accommodate these features. Oh, hello, Az. Is your fucking internet back? If you do reset, check out the ping and credit feeding before you restart. Can I tab over? Oh god, what is that? Fucking Demeter Fist seat prog? I see like a couple unassuming Dionysus boons in that screenshot, and that's just fucking it. Oh no! Oh god. Stupid. Yeah, YouTube chat fucking sucks a dick. It sucks because everything else about the experience is fine. But like, the chat is so bad. It needs to be fixed. Like, straight up, until we have something better, I'm starting to think that straight up just IRC embed on the fucking side might actually be better than YouTube chat. Because Twitch is still fucked. Twitch is still so fucked because they're still doing the fucking dumbass ad block arms race shit. Plus, fucking playback reliability is absolute trash garbage. The super low bitrate clamp sucks a dick. Fucking VODs make no sense. Everywhere's fucked and we're all going to die. Anyway, should I keep fucking around with alt stats? Or just like... Or just go back to 8.5, I wonder. I kind of want to give 8.8 a feel. Thalia says, also, audio makes music sound mega compressed on YouTube. It really sucks. Huh. That's interesting. I haven't actually looked into how they transcode audio. Coop says, do 9.4 and see how that goes. Oh, no! I don't like that. I actually don't, like, I literally don't know anything about how YouTube transcodes audio. Other than, like, it uses Opus, and generally speaking, I can rip something out of a YouTube video with YouTube DL and not be horribly distracted by it, assuming the, like, the source that went into the video was decent quality. I'm just gonna fucking stop stressing and play 8.5. There's so much time save in the run. There's so much time save. I mean, SoundCloud's compression is a fucking nightmare. Like, SoundCloud is the worst fucking ever. High quality mode fixes that on SoundCloud. I have literally never seen that offered to me once. All I know is that SoundCloud is burning, and justifiably so, because it is terrible. Ardo says, daily reminder that the answer is not your character. The answer is not your character, with a K. Premium feature? Ugh! That's fucking putrid. If I'm uploading to a fucking audio sharing website, I want people to hear what I uploaded. Fuck yourself. Dude, fucking... Oh, God. Music recommendations are, like, the absolute worst. They are fucking nightmarish. Like, hello, I listen to some J-Core. Let me go to Spotify and listen to some J-Core. And immediately it becomes, hey, do you want this video game remix album times a billion? Where the algorithm is like, well, everybody else who listens to Camellia plays Osu. I don't see why you have to be so fucking special. Is it actually faster to do that? I have no clue. I also keep forgetting that super inside area is actually off-road. I'm going to assume this is just me adjusting back to my old stats after playing a few maps on 9.6. Clearly the solution is to reset muscle memory by doing an entire 2-hour speedrun as Tails. Kerna says, fuck Osu and fuck combo scoring especially. The best ever was the conversations about Score V2 in Mania, where it took so fucking long for the flashlight bonus to get scrapped, even though people who exclusively played with flashlight were literally yelling at everyone involved in making the decisions. I play with exclusively flashlight. It is a handicap. You will be giving me an advantage for no reason. Do not. I am the person who stands to benefit from what you're about to do. Do not do it. Because, you know, the people making that fucking video game have never heard of a lane cover. I wonder if I should use the sneaker on that straightaway instead of... I feel like the time where I really need to, like, get back up to speed is that long fucking turn. Especially if I'm exiting with a red, so, like, eh. I think that shit makes sense. Awkward entry. Yeah, for shit like this, you definitely want to fucking sneak her out if you train wreck it. Coops asks, you don't break on the bridge? Nah, do you? It's like you can hit a good line there without breaking. It's not like Dark Race where, like, unless you're playing Rev, you actually want to break to hit the boosters. Give me a good entry every time for those 2 turns? Maybe. Too early. Oh my god, it wasn't. The fuck? I like how you can apparently reaction slip tide after being 100% convinced you didn't get that, and still get it. Oh. For whatever reason, my brain just didn't work there. And so I took the shallower, shittier cut. Alright, scraping time back slowly. Again, there's like, even on my current stats with my current level of expertise, there's probably like a couple minutes of time save in my PB, so... Because I still do shit like that, where I just don't hit the dash panel. I'm actually so bad at this game. I always feel weird saying shit like that because, I don't know, the response that I get sometimes from people who are like actually like trench level terrible or just like extremely new at a given thing are like, how can you say that when I am so much worse or whatever? And it's an evaluation for me that comes relative to the amount of time I've put into it and the amount I give a shit. It's sort of a self-defeating trap, but it's also the only way you can maintain any kind of perspective. It's like, I'm top 1% in X, but I'm also among the 1% of people who have spent this much time on X. That's the comparison you've always got to make to keep your fucking head on straight. And the result is that you go insane because the way you internally rank yourself involves no improvement ever. It is fucking insanity. Where am I losing time? I knew it. Again. Runa says, fuck grinding on optimal lines, I just want to smack people with Orbeez. Dude, I cannot fucking wait to actually release Juicebox. But I also want to give it, like, the time that it needs. Oh, fucking Christ. And me. You ever just get mad? But yeah, you do have to reality check yourself sometimes. I know that, like, my standard advice for getting good at any kind of competitive pursuit involves, like, fucking... Like, if you're trying to get good at a game, you need to play people of varying skill levels. If you're trying to get good at anything, you need to constantly judge yourself against, like, a fuck ton of different standards. And fucking absorb whatever your craft is from a bunch of different places. And it's not just because, like, it's how you get better at shit. But it's also kind of a mental upkeep thing. Giving yourself some degree of perspective every now and again helps stave off the fucking improvement gremlins. Oh yeah, no big deal. So he's talking about, oh, I golded on new stats without even trying, and then I gold on the old stats over that gold. By the way, in case any actual, like, record attack players are looking at this, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? The answer is that I have 4 record attack medals, because I have absolutely no interest in grinding ILs for this game. But I do have an extreme interest in single segment, because to me it, like, measures the skills that I value more in, like, actual fucking play. Of course, there still is that whole sneaker routing business that I know absolutely nothing about and I'm literally just making up. But, hey. Oh god. Help! Very good, right? Nice says, the whole you gotta play against people who are better than you to get improved thing is kind of off-putting to me, because not only am I not gonna know why I lost and what to do better next time, I'm also not going to have fun getting rolled. Yeah, it's... Play against people who will thrash you is... I think it's less sound advice for learning and more of a grim reality of the FGC, where most of the people you play have been there forever. And if you don't already have a solid framework for how to get better, then that's like, you don't have an option other than to get rolled over and over and glean what you can from it. And like, that can be mitigated. Sometimes it's literally as simple as like asking your opponent what the fuck is up. You play a long set and you ask them to explain like, hey, so what the fuck was that? And a lot of people will be able to tell you. And to an extent, the whole thing is like, a lot of problems are just solved by getting more games. An element of fucking muscle memory. Being able to reach intentionality by like being able to move your character around the screen. Because, like, playing people who are better than you is a, like, very important part of getting better. It's fucking critical, IMO. Because, obviously, how are you gonna fucking figure out what does and doesn't actually hold up at, like, top levels of play, or even, like, the next strata of play you're about to reach? How are you gonna fucking figure that out if you don't occasionally reality check yourself? But I've always maintained that the, like, most significant improvement comes from playing people who are really, really close to where you're at for really, really long periods of time. And then, like, you and all of your play partners go do your research and get your fucking asses beat on your own time and come back with new knowledge. That kind of improvement, it's like, if you can improve in lockstep with even a single training partner, it helps fucking dramatically. It's insane. This has kind of shifted to a conversation specifically about the FGC, I think, because, like, fighting games are really famously hard to get good at, and the community is kind of famously insular and, like, misunderstood by outsiders. But, like... Dude, the genre is so hard, and there's so much of a fucking survivor bias. This says, I thought you were talking about shooter games. Yeah, but, like, it applies to anything at a sufficiently high level. These concepts fucking transfer. Something that I feel people don't appreciate enough is that the ability to get good at stuff is a skill that you can get better at. Like, you can deliberately train it. And in fact, that should be at least some of your focus. Even if, for whatever insane reason, you don't actually want to get better at getting better at things, you just want to thrash people in Melee or whatever. Because unfortunately, I think a lot of the shit that comes out, like, And this is, like, maybe not an FGC-specific problem, but it's something that I see the most in the FGC, probably because of just the circles that I operate in. A lot of the fucking, like, any sort of learning resources that come out don't actually seem to be for, like, people who are not in the know. Like, Core A gaming stuff is fucking wonderfully produced and incredibly articulate and generally fun to watch. But, like, those videos aren't actually, like, selling people who are completely outside of the community on their concepts or their importance. You look at the fucking comments of any, like, popular, educational content creator like that, and it's almost exclusively people who explain how useful it will be to shitters, but none of the shitters ever speak up, you know? So it's very easy to forget what it was like. I think the worst and most insane thing ever is for people to recommend you get your fucking ass thrashed by people who are way better than you before you've reached intentionality. Like, if you can't make your character do things on purpose, then your #1 fucking goal, before you even think about, like, winning games, or, like, who you are trying to seek fucking matches with, or in what way you should practice, your #1 goal needs to be the ability to do things on purpose. Because without it, no practice can actually happen. And because insert game here, insert your favorite game that you wish people understood a little bit better here, has a really fucked up and unorthodox control scheme, or fucking facets of its gameplay that are completely emergent and not intended, the ability to do things on purpose turns out to be fucking difficult. Not even, like, learn your character level. It's like, can you do a fireball motion level? Like, can you actually stand up to block an overhead? Or, like, do an anti-air level? The Fail's fucking Rising Up series, I think, hits a lot of nice notes in this regard. The dude is very clear about emphasizing the idea of, like, mechanical intentionality. Like, you have to be able to do shit on purpose, or you cannot fucking play a fighting game in any meaningful way. And the guy dropped the series relatively quickly, for what I assume is the same reason that I drop any fucking tutorial content or anything like that. And it's because the people who need the information aren't looking it up. Like, it sucks, but them's the breaks. It's like, can you walk forward a set distance without accidentally jumping? Remember that people are used to a jump button. Vividly remembering the first fucking FPS I ever played on console, and trying to figure out twin stick controls and being like, what the fuck is going on with this? And then sometime later, watching my dad struggle with the same thing. Just walking into the living room every once in a while and seeing him playing Halo Reach, just straight up spinning around staring at the fucking skybox. For, like, hours at a time. That was just the way that the game was played. Man, the other thing, like, the other side of this coin is that, like, getting good at a thing is, like, it doesn't... The process of improvement, I believe, has intrinsic value. It is good to get better at things, regardless of what those things are, or, like, what kind of fucking practical benefits you expect to achieve with the skill. Flex the getting better at things muscle, work it out. But, like, if the realities of improvement are getting in the way of that, like, it's okay to not be fucking tournament level in whatever fucking shit you're doing. There's a very clear difference from people who, like, want that intrinsically, I think, as part of, like, okay, this is the thing that I could spend the rest of my life doing, because ultimately, that is the stage you compete on when you decide, I'm gonna be world class. And people who are just like, I feel like I should be better because I put so much fucking time into this pursuit, and I need some sort of legitimacy to it, or it makes me feel uncomfortable. That's a fucked up one, and I feel like the place that comes from is dark, and explaining it involves me saying the words society man like 100 times. So, like, perhaps for another time, just like, get better at things because getting better at things is fun. Get better at things because you really like a given thing, and you figure you may as well get better at it while you spend the rest of your life doing it or whatever, or however long you remain interested in it at least. It's okay to drop stuff, I promise. But if you want to get good at shit because otherwise you feel like you're wasting your time, like, I'm not gonna say you can never see positive results from that. What I will say is that dodging stress and discomfort means that you put more hours into the pursuit, and more practice means you get better quicker. Ido says, I do try to sit with the feeling of wanting to validate your time in something because I think that's important and gives some weight. Yeah, it's a sliding scale, honestly. I missed Rocket Start on that and fucking gained a second, by the way. It's like, if you feel a certain way about a thing, you should at least be able to identify where that comes from. Like, if your gut is telling you, I need to get good at this, or I've wasted my time, acknowledge that and understand where it comes from, and let that information shape what you're trying to do, not the gut feeling, I think. Straight through that set, huh? That's uncanny. Wow. I actually released Drift too early. I'm the best. Clumsy. The fucking worst thing about being constantly online, I think, is the fact that whenever you do something, you are now, like, if you have any competitive inclination whatsoever, you are now, like, basically obligated to judge yourself against every single person who has ever done that thing. Which is insanity. Like, just as if you're, like, at the top of a given field, you should be judging yourself against your peers, not, like, Joe Schmo. If you're new to a given pursuit, why the fuck would you judge yourself against experts? Like, for the occasional reality check, sure. For, like, a useful and purposeful moment of perspective. But as, like, a stable standard to judge yourself against, unless you're really good at compartmentalizing that shit's scary, you know? By the way, it's time for the Tyron Complains About League of Legends Hour. Because I think part of the reason that a lot of MOBAs are so fucked up is because they literally will not get the esports ranked play shit out of your fucking face for 1 second. And people who don't, like, actually want to be in ranked at all, and, like, don't have the mentality for it and would never have really seriously considered it if not pushed into it by fucking serotonin-inducing game design and, like, the esports ecosystem, are just walking into ranked even though they don't want to be there, and then they're mad and don't understand why. And yeah, Thalia brings up a good point. A lot of times, improvement is fucking ridiculously abstract. And, like, games in particular. I mean, how many times have you heard, like, fighting games are just whoever memorizes the combo. Fighting games are just whoever mashes more buttons. Somebody can say both of those things and believe both of them simultaneously, by the way, which is awesome. Or, like, one of my personal favorites, because this directly relates to the idea of, like, the only meaningful improvement is dexterity challenges. PC insert shooter here is fake and unskilled. Anyone can aim with a mouse. It's easy. If you haven't heard that before, you've now heard it from me, and trust me, there are people who actually believe it, which is fucking amazing. Yeah, bro, we should all just aim with the fucking Wii remote, because it's more skillful. Yeah, I'm sure fucking Phoenix hears that shit day in, day out. And it's like, sure, there's a healthy amount of Dunning-Kruger there, but it's also the idea that people literally don't know what goes into being good at a thing. And it's fucking impossible to explain it to them. Especially because if your ego's in the way at all, one of your first inclinations is going to be to insist that particular thing that you can be good at doesn't actually exist. People talking about competitive Pokemon like no one can possibly predict X, etc. With, I guess, the ridiculous, like, ad absurdum form of this being the guy who wrote an entire book on competitive rock, paper, scissors. I still actually don't know if that one's satire. Maybe somebody can do some research for me, but it's there. Might be a spectacular shitpost, but it's a really... it's Poe's Law hard on this one. You're using the gun that shoots in a perfectly straight line? Can you really not aim, bro? Yeah, that exactly. It's literally just like, you are playing the game in a way that seems to ignore the only way to get better that I have identified. I literally don't know how you can be good at the game except by X, Y, and Z metric. And you're playing in a way that ignores X, Y, Z and takes advantage of A, B, C, which I don't even know about. Like, how are you gonna fucking interpret that as anything but, oh, this shit takes no skill? Or this is a degenerate strategy that removes all of the appeal from the game, you know? And hey, for people like that, it's pretty cool that the aim trainer scene exists now. Everybody can fucking go grind Kovacs and then act surprised when they still, like, move horribly in Counter-Strike and die every round. I don't actually know where to use the sneaker on that one. Do I snap it across here? Mini turbo speed seems to be enough for that. It's like, oh, aim training is absolutely important. I don't mean to, like, discount the idea of it as, like, hey, you should train this skill in isolation if you, like, seriously want to get good at first-person shooters. Like, people at top levels are so good at clicking on heads now that a lot of top players insist that, like, some kind of fucking isolated aim training regimen is a requirement to, like, participate in, like, the absolute top level of competition. For a lot of games, that's going to be true. Oh, I don't like that fucking panel so much. And the super fucked up thing is that, like, if your aim is fucking shitty, it will affect the way that your other skills develop. Because, like, you won't take opportunities that you should be taking because you don't believe you can take advantage of them. You won't, like, engage in a one fight because your aim is so bad that you'll turn it into a lost fight. And you'll, like, the atrophy starts causing you to basically, like, blind spot good situations because you can't take advantage of them. And then even if you fucking improve those skills later, you've got to spend some time reevaluating, like, what is a one fight, when should I engage, etc., etc. I'm gonna try to take this. Fucking damn it. That cut is so hard. I'm gonna try to take it next lap, too. I don't care if I miss it again. That's more time to fucking save on the PB. Oh my god, it's so hard! It's so fucking fucked. I'm gonna live with this loss, too. I probably just lost like 10 seconds, and I'm just gonna live with it. I'm in a good mood because I'm talking about some fucking bullshit on the internet, and nobody can stop me. Okay, that's not like the worst loss ever. There's still plenty of time save in the run. fucking Haley talking about Counter-Strike or Valorant, can't tell. And it's like... failing to kill someone who doesn't even know about you at the time you are shooting at them is like... There is no greater despair. It's like, oh, I was literally like, I missed on the training dummy. Man, and Rydo was making some really good posts the other day about, like, losing to Cheese in Tekken, and then realizing, wait, but what does that actually mean? Like, me defining the strategy as, like, cheese or fake net play shit isn't actually important. Because you still have to deal with it, regardless of how legitimate it actually is. I was unaware of Salty Teemo until pretty recently when it was linked in Hitbox. And for those who aren't aware, Salty Teemo is a bot that spectates ranked games from what I believe is bottom 4% League of Legends. And you bet on the results. And I wish I was, like, more up-to-date with League, so I could fully appreciate that shit, because, oh my god. Watching people who have no fucking clue how to play a thing try to play a thing is the best ever. It is unparalleled. Just perfection. Peak content. Peak online content. It's like we combine the appeal of Salty Bet with the knowledge that somewhere a real human being is behaving like this. Oh, that's a cool wrong drift. That's kind of an embarrassing loss. That would have been a big gain, too. Apparently my fucking time on the PB was fucking shit. Maybe that slip tide is actually the best place to spend that sneaker. I fucking stopped playing League around the time, like, the last I remember, it was like, alright, so you go to top lane, you take Ignite Exhaust or you automatically lose against every top laner, including Vayne, who won't go away for some reason. And that was just what it was. Top was just... you fucking hit creeps for 20 minutes until somebody decides to engage. And then both of you blow everything on your fucking sandbag, fucking slow-ass, disabled, burning bodies. And somebody dies, maybe. And the person who died complains that they got no help from jungle, which I think is probably the same. Ido says that was also top 2 seasons ago. Fucking summoner spells in League of Legends are the most fake lateral diversity I have ever fucking seen in my entire life. It is fucking madness. It is like the most non-choice shit ever. Maokai versus... I mean, Maokai doesn't fucking kill anybody ever. It was literally like, alright, so Maokai was in the game when you played League of Legends, right? Yeah. Alright, so name one time he was actually in one of your games. Because that's just what the hero is. I think the last thing I remember being in my periphery when I, like, actually kept up with the game, because I had friends that kept up with the game and it was nice being into the same thing, was, Riot doing absolutely everything they possibly could to prevent people taking towers before 15 minutes. Because LCS, for a brief period of time, was just both teams 5-manning in opposite lanes, taking towers at minute 3. And Riot is like, no! You have to have a laning phase! You can't have strategies that are specific to a highly coordinated group of highly skilled players. That's illegal! Esports is supposed to look like regular play. So fucking Deathwing69 believes they have a chance to get out of bronze. The Virgin game I don't like versus the Chad game I am currently playing. Ah, shit. That shit, the Chad game I'm currently playing, is almost as good as, well, the real game doesn't really start until my rank -2. Jesus. So slow today. Remember when Blizzard decided the way they were going to balance Overwatch is having the most popular heroes over a 2-week period be banned for a week? I actually think the degree to which that is blatantly lazy is kind of awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That's like, it's so bad that it wraps around to being like kind of comical and impressive to me. Oh, okay. Yeah, bro, didn't even want that. Here's another one. Remember Overwatch Competitive Season 1? Where Jeff Kaplan told you to your face that hero stacking was an integral part of Overwatch's design, as payload defense was literally 6 divas, and went on for 20 minutes. Oh, I just straight up didn't use it. My favorite recent scrub quote was that Aimer7 post where like the tier list of how much aim matters in X particular game, where the only game in the aim is the most important skill tier is Fortnite, and then down at the bottom in the if you try to aim you're literally griefing yourself tier, those exact words, is what is it? Fucking Overwatch TF2 and something else. And like, so separate from the fact that nothing good can ever come of making that list. What the fuck? And then this was immediately followed up by snipers ruin every game ever made. World-class aim coach, by the way. It's like at some point, regardless of whether you're actually correct, why would you make the post, you know? Like, what is the benefit of this situation in your mind? What variant of this goes well for you? Well, that fucking sucks. Oh, God. That's fucking miserable. Chris says, why aim when you can spray and pray? Top rank Splatoon 2 player. Dude, Splatoon is fucking awesome. It's like, it's a game that people play seriously as like an electronic sport, as the kids say these days, where you actually just die 10 miles behind cover because the person you're playing is in Japan. And that's just the way the game works, and everyone has accepted it. That fucking sucks. Actually, the one that feels way better to me is, I really gotta fucking work on hitting start boosts. I think I'm literally just losing 2 seconds per race because of this shit. The one that feels absolutely fantastic to me is people trying to play in online Smash Ultimate tournaments where the literal only requirement is don't be on a mobile connection or wireless. Like, literally all we are asking for is for you to have a LAN adapter and use it. And people lie about having wired. Like, it's not even like, hey, I don't think this rule is fair because X, Y, and Z, I'm misinformed about how netcode works. People just actually lie about having an Ethernet adapter. I think my favorite variant of this in recent memory was, fucking Skullgirls getting patched for a Wi-Fi detection marker. And people started complaining on the Steam forums about this. And without ever, like, the standard my Wi-Fi is fine, fucking Ethernet elitists, etc. And the immediate fucking response, like, the very next update to the game is, okay, how about instead of the Wi-Fi badge, we measure your connection quality objectively and display it to the other person, and we'll see how good your fucking wireless is. And as it turns out, when you join up with someone who's on Wi-Fi and you see jitter 250... Oh god, I missed the set. I'm so bad at video games. Says, remember the guy who offered to give fake LAN adapter pics to TOs for $10, and then after an hour offered a snitch list of those people to smash TOs for $200 and made $500 in a day? You're going to hell, but I respect it. Is my official thoughts on that. Ido says, I remember playing Splatoon at the office on mobile Wi-Fi, and for the first time in my life, actually being able to out-snipe Japanese players. Surreal experience. That moment when you actually realize, oh, if your connection is bad enough, you can do anything. There is a fucking excellent video on J3's channel, formerly Safety XD, of a fucking L-Sword arena match where he fucking throws a fireball and then jumps around the screen, and literally 10 seconds later his opponent is visibly hit by the fireball with like an on-screen countdown. Like, okay, whatever, we just have time travelers playing an arena now. What the fuck ever, I guess. Normal stuff, right? Chrome says, wow, I love walking onto the stream with an L-Sword story. It's actually your fault. You summoned it directly, in fact. I'm sorry to inform you. Spacing not just in space, but in time. You could call it timing. Gonna jot down time footsies into future album titles .text. Haley says, Wi-Fi souls roll backing between full screen RS and full screen dash DP. Soul fires a gun at Kyle. Say goodbye to Kyle. Righto says, pretty sure Time Footsies is just David Serlin's original idea for SF4. Dude, I should stream Fantasy Strike more often. That game is so shit in the best way. Like, I've actually come all the way around to that game being awesome because it's just it's just a shitpost completely. But yeah, the Serlin SF4 prototype. The fucking over-the-shoulder camera shit, right? So with Capcom trying to make Resident Evil esports, how long is it until we get, like, Capcom All-Stars Battle Royale, and it's actually, like, Ken running around with a shotgun? Like, Battle Royale no longer means, like, big cast crossover game. It just actually means Capcom made Fortnite. Chris says, Capcom did that once on the Dreamcast. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, dude, you missed Resident Esports? Yeah, Capcom, world leader in doing everything except what people want. It's awesome, honestly. Great. Wow, it's actual flat losses today, huh? Can't catch a fucking break. There's still a lot of run left. There's still literally an hour of the run left. Haley says, Capcom tried to make everyone forget about Resident Esports with Resident Vampire. God. That shit. So at what point do I just call it quits? I think at this point, I'm fucking 40 minutes in. I should probably finish it. That bump left me speechless. I can't even yell owned or bodied or whatever. Just give into depression. Yeah. You know what's actually suffering? I've been trying to fucking speedrun Hades, and let me tell you, that shit's gonna give me a hernia. Welcome to 1 in 15 runs eligible to go fast. That was a little bit too far to the inside. Whoops. Ido says, we need Monster Hunter esports, really? I have absolutely no idea why games with good PvE don't do, like, the most ridiculous, like, Tetris-style PvP. Like, imagine Devil May Cry, where it's just you and another dude in a room killing demons. And every demon you kill, 2 more spawn in the other guy's room. That's just Gambit in Destiny 2. Fucking everybody steals my ideas. No, but I'm completely unsurprised. Because Destiny 2 seems like the game with good side content and absolutely terrible everything else. Okay, Google, set a reminder to purchase Rival Mega Gun on Steam. Haley says it's good side content until you realize bullet magnetism is a weapon stat. Holy shit, that is fucking awesome. That is actually fantastic. Fucking, I hate that Halo 5 was what Halo 5 was, where you somehow managed to, like, break aiming on a controller and make it not work. Because fucking, Blackout, or whatever the fuck it was called, the elimination mode, is like the only elimination type mode I have ever enjoyed in any shooter ever. Get me the fuck out of here. This is the deadest, actually. This run is the most dead ever. Zombie run. Hey, there's that Resident Evil esports again. Oh, wow. I took that route instead of doing the fucking skip, so guess what I get to do now? I get to take this fucking ramp the whole time. Ah! Sucks! I'm bad at game. Also, I have a ping in Kart crew. I wonder who the fuck that's from. Probably from somebody I fucking told off because I had to do my job. Yeah, you know what? That's enough. Fuck, man. Alright. Okay, so who the fuck wants my attention? "40 tracks is only like an hour long. Maybe I should try a run of that just to set a time." Yeah, I might have to shoot somebody in Kart Crew. That sucks. I'm gonna, like, give this guy the rest of the stream to, like, continue to dig his grave and then shoot him in the head. I don't know. Oh yeah, it is like 4 in the morning. Shit. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna set a 40 tracks time and then go to fucking bed, probably. Or just, like, go relax. Is it the person you were talking about earlier? No. It's, you can scroll up in vanilla SRB2 if you want to see the particular post that was so egregious, I wanted to respond to it. That was slow as shit. I recently promoted 40 tracks to an actual proper category in the splitter. It basically cuts out all the Super Mario Kart ports and the Community Cup. It's just the original 40 courses that the game launched with, not including map hell or ports. Apparently, for whatever reason, this was the category run at GDQ when Kart made it there, so... Haley says, "I was gonna go to bed like 3 hours ago. Then you started streaming, so I started cleaning my keyboard and talking about e-boomer doomerism." That's pretty good. It's... I don't want to be a pessimist. Pessimism is not hype. It is not based, in fact, it is cringe. But, like... it takes a realistic assessment of the situation to move towards something better. I don't know, man. Like, things are... there are a lot of things that are getting better. Did you know that if the developer of the fighting game you like isn't a lazy piece of shit, you can play it online across the country, sometimes even across different countries? Bipedal crash when it gets rollback. And he says, "Yo, I can play 2 games I like with a ton of people?" Dude, you... people who, like Melty Blood and have character resonance with a fucking character in Melty Blood, I wish you nothing but happiness. That sounds so fucking nice. Gecko says, speaking of rollback netcode, how's that Windjammers 2 demo? No idea. Windjammers 2 has actually not been on my radar at all. Primarily because it is hard for me to imagine how you take Windjammer... Like, what is missing from Windjammers? Yin yang, to and fro, based in cringe. Legit. Soy, onions, Reddit, based, cringe, zoomer, doomer. This isn't my observation, this is a tweet from someone that I can't fucking attribute because my brain's small. But like, we like to make fun of like, shit that's set in the near future for like, leaning way too hard into, oh, in the future, they have their own quirky jargon for everything. And we make fun of that, like, this is stupid and sounds stupid. And then someone can actually say some shit to me, like, fucking digital boomer doomer shit. And that has, like, a meaning, and I understand what the meaning is. Hell is just you explaining what a K-pop stan is to, like, your grandma forever. You cannot quote that yet, because bot is still in for repairs, because I've been fucking busy with so much shit. I can at least get the quotes working sometime soon, I think. I gotta put that on my fucking itinerary, push it up. I have been working on so much fucking Juicebox recently. Literally wake up, program, test, sleep. For a fucking Kart mod. Chris says, Hell is being forced to play Skullgirls on the family TV during Eternal Thanksgiving dinner. Hell yeah. Hell is noticing that your fucking elderly relative's flat screen has fucking frame blending on. And just being powerless to do anything about it. I actually got air that time. I have no fucking clue how that happened. I need to actually commit to getting better at start boosts. That was an ugly ending, by the way. Like, I'm actually shit at start boosts, and I don't understand why I'm so bad. It's such a huge window. But then I do that. Like, I think having start boosts in a multiplayer setting is better than not having them. But in single player especially, this mechanic is not my favorite. I actually had a conversation about this recently, where, like, basically some of the internal conversations surrounding Juicebox right now is people are in disagreement over whether teching should be a timed input or should just be an automatic thing. And as number one, why the fuck is L canceling person, I sympathize a lot with the idea that it doesn't need to be a timed input. Just feels bad to miss or whatever. But like, in isolation as a rare event, I think those things can feel like really good to hit. Specifically because like, it demands your attention, even if it isn't like materially missable in anything but extreme circumstances. You know? It's like, you're in a bad situation and you get hit, and now you're immediately presented with a situation in which you have agency where you would typically have none. Whether or not you're actually giving someone a fucking recovery boost. And yes, it was a timed input before, and it is still a timed input in internal builds. In fact, we upgraded the visual pretty recently. You know, maybe I'm not driving my best at fucking 4 in the morning. It's cool to see y'all here, though. Dahlia says, I was just about to say how good this run was. I cursed you. I'm sorry. That's alright. I forgive you. Kaminako. Your fucking name, dude. Dude with the most titanium balls name I've ever seen on this fucking awful website says, Hell is endlessly listening to people to trying to say KRMMOs are good for anything other than their character designs. Fucking preach. To the choir, admittedly, but preach. Like, Jesus Christ. Literally, I think at least weekly about what would happen if, like, Arxis Red, for whatever fucking reason, decided to do something with the L-Sword intellectual property and, like, character designs. Like, imagine a company that gave a fuck about making a video game instead of, like, a machine that turns human suffering into, US dollars. Disguised to look like a video game. Like, you know, the fucking, the carnivorous plants with the brightly colored fucking petals. I have never gotten airtime on that in my fucking life. What? Yeah, I guess this is just gonna be a fucking scratch time to beat later. I wanted to add 40 tracks to the splitter so that people would, like, be trivially able to take a run that is, like, closer to an hour long. Well, more than an hour, but closer to an hour long than 2 hours long. Because it omits, like, so many courses. Like, I think current map rotation, like, if you take everything that's not in Hell in the base game currently, is 60 tracks. So, like, 2/3 of the run, including courses that people generally consider to be, like, not the game's primary draw. I think that's a more, like, that's a more palatable idea to a lot of people who are not yet signed on to the concept of drive around a circle for 2 hours. Chrome says, you mean like Dungeon Fighter Online, Elsword's older sister? Man. First off, you should have seen fucking Rose in Elsword, like when she first got added. That character's fucking degen. But also, like, DFO's fucked up. DFO is kind of a video game, but also definitely not a video game. I mean, like, even if I exclude the obvious easy thing, which is to talk about Creator, it's still, like, that game and the way gearing works is fucked. Dog says, waiting till I finish my new map to set the first new pack, all maps time. I actually think it would be like... I like the idea of people doing like smaller runs on custom track packs. In fact, with the interop stuff that I exposed in version 2 of this thing, I am pretty sure you can add a run to the table yourself from a track pack. Like, if you've got Lua in that PK3, you can directly access the run table. No, I made it a getter, not a setter, but maybe I should make it a setter. I'll expose something so you can add runs from scripts. I'll actually, like, make that a priority. Because course packs automatically supporting a speedrun category as soon as they're loaded sounds fucking nice. Yeah, and it wouldn't be hard to expose at all. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm actually driving super poorly right now. But now that the context has changed and I'm just fucking setting a scratch time, I'm kind of okay with things. There's a certain satisfaction to just like laying the baseline. I hate that you can get airtime on those. Dog says, speaking of mapping, I still suck at closing the circuit on a fucking map. This is what happens when you have no plan. You do shit like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if this turn led into this element up here, and oh shit, what if I could do this? And then you get to like the 1 minute lap time mark, and you're like, okay, I am 64,000 frac units away from the starting line. And I have no idea what to do. And that's why maps end in teleporters. Hey, I did it again. Nice. Either I'm a mile away or I'm 2 frac units in the finish line at a 270-degree angle. God. See, and then you do the reverse, right? You go in with a plan. And this goes for any creative pursuit. You go in with a rigid idea of what you want to do. And some fucking implementation detail or system restriction or fucking... just the real world coming to beat your ass will ruin your plan, and you'll have to wing things anyway. There's no winning ever. The super fucked thing, maybe y'all can tell me if you fucking empathize with this. Because my hope in revealing this is to make people feel a little less alone if they have the same neurotic tendencies that I have. I've got a thing where I can only work on shit in like a continuous block. Like if I switch focus at any time during a project, that project is fucking done. And it takes, like, earth-moving effort to pick it back up again. Like, you do 16-hour days on something you're super interested in, and then you divert for 1 second to work on something else, and it's like, oh, we're done. It's over. I'll just fucking retire. And, like, the way I've tackled larger projects is to literally just, like, waking to sleeping be working on something, so you never stop working on it. And that's like, you get things done, but you also die. You just perish. I think of people with like to-do lists and time trackers, and I'm like, how? What the fuck, how? Because the nightmare that ensues when you combine, I enjoy doing this thing more than anything else in the world, and doing this thing is extremely hard, is just... How do you assign anything other than like 0 or 100% of your time to that? Absolutely how? Feeling like you're slacking for a project that you gave yourself to have fun that has no deadline. For the most part, my most effective strategy to dodge this is to just not tell people when I'm working on things, because if I don't feel like there's any external expectations for me to finish shit, then I can just drop it, and maybe, like, I know that it's there to be returned to. I just, you know, save your progress, fucking flush your current thoughts about the situation to a text file, stash it in the projects folder, and return on a rainy day that you know will never come because your to-do list only gets longer, not shorter. But the routine is comforting nonetheless. But there's one critical issue with this, and it's that telling people about the shit that you're working on is addictive. It's a nightmare! Because you're like, hey, please feed me the validation directly. Please improve my work with, like, well-reasoned and articulate feedback. And you don't get to opt into that without also opting into the neurotic, well, now people expect this to exist. Anyway, let's talk about SPB Attack Deluxe. It's still coming. I promise. It's very much 80-20 rule with that particular project, where almost everything is finished, and all of the things that aren't finished are really fucking hard and incredibly important. So it's like... And it's all boring stuff, too. It's like shit that by necessity will be, like, useful or interesting to no one. Well, I don't know about that. It's... Y'all know that I have an aversion to, like, putting shit that I work on behind any kind of wall. And so, recently I've decided to, like, I want to show my appreciation for people who give up any slice of their limited amount of fucking life-sustaining income for my dumb shit. Oh, this is fucking terrible. But I don't want to lock anything I create behind a wall. So what is one to do in this situation? Well, you publish your shit posts. That's pretty much what the Whales channel on Discord is right now, is people posting their selfies and occasionally argue... What the... That's set. Arguing about philosophy. And then occasionally I post a cryptic screenshot of some shit that I'm working on that may not ever exist after the point that I post that. And that's just the interaction that we have. Runa says, holy shit. Right? Like, I've never missed that before. Post a cryptic screenshot of you playing BN6 on stream again. I'm sorry, okay? I love Battle Network, but every Battle Network actual scenario is trash. It is everything but actually, like, being in the fucking dungeon doing the thing is miserable in Battle Network. Everything except fucking folder building and actually, like, fighting bosses and shit is miserable. Sometimes even the dungeons are miserable. Fucking BN3 Zoo Computer, bro. Haha, XD. What if the whole game was actually just a gigantic, elaborate shitpost? Infuriating. Please stop reminding me that I suck at one step from Eden. Dude, should I be playing Eden instead of this right now? Fucking shit. God damn it, where the hell is Jack? Fucking chicken shit. Fucking shit. What? Okay. Is the blue before the first speed pad not faster? I'm actually not sure. It feels slower to me, but... Yeah, you do clip the red, but like... I don't know. I do want to play more Eden. Gotta take a break from fucking Hades. Because Hades is destroying my fucking brain. Eden is cool because as long as I don't go fucking, the all execute route, I can basically win any run below Hell Pass 14 on demand. Just by, like, building a good and boring deck. But all the new shit in 1.3 is like, dude, what if I X with Y and then added Z? It'd be fucking broken. And then I die in, like, World 5 because I just barely put together my jank and then Reva shows up and shreds all of my HP. And yeah, there's a Mario category that's every Mario game. And it's fucking awesome. I've always kind of liked... You know, like, I don't watch a lot of GDQ anymore because the environment is like... It just feels less cozy to me. The atmosphere is not what I want out of, like, something that I'm going to devote a week of my life to watching on and off. But I have always liked relay races in particular. Well, not necessarily races, because races are a clusterfuck to watch, but like relay speedruns. Fucking 8-hour JRPG where you just pass the controller and get to hear a bunch of people fucking complain about the game that they spend fucking 40 hours a week playing. Yeah, I didn't watch shit from last GDQ. You know, something that I've actually, like... Because I still, like, obviously... Guy who's currently speedrunning is interested in speedrunning. How about that shit? But, like, I've been getting back into just trawling task videos. And, like, watching runs is one thing, but, like, actually digging into a run and, like, reading the author comments and the forum thread around, like, the video getting published... There's a lot of interesting shit buried in there. Task Force has been dormant far too long, dude. Task Force is so good. Fucking... What is the best Task Force, though? It's... Bowling Evil Spirit Edition is up there. Injury Time is obviously ridiculous. Fatality question mark is fantastic. Oh yeah, no, it's gotta be Wet Tricks. Fucking fuck, it has to be. Ice Cube warning. God damn it. Yeah, Wacky Olympics is pretty good too. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to not break my rule on this one. My hands are starting to, like... They're not sore yet, but they're definitely, like, on the way there. So I gotta cut this, I think. Make it a very fucking distinct rule for myself to never play through pain. Somehow managed to injure myself anyway playing rhythm games, but I'm committed to not making it worse, at the very least. So, like, anticlimax, I guess, but also, this stream is at 4:15 in the morning. What the fuck were you expecting? I'm a professional, did you know that? Hell yeah. Haley says, stream at this time more often. Maybe I will. My fucking evenings have been occupied with Juicebox testing recently. So maybe I will do that. It actually surprises me, because... Okay, here's the thing, actually. When I fucking streamed at this hour on Twitch, literally fucking no one ever showed up. And the first time I'm like, hey, 4 a.m. YouTube, it's like, oh, all of my friends are here. Holy shit. That's awesome. I like the shirt, actually. Like, I don't know. There's no mirror in this room, and I spend a lot of time here, obviously. Try to minimize the time I spend outside of it, so I don't actually see myself in the mirror that often, but I do occasionally catch myself on camera. And I'm like, hey, yeah, Kirby shirt. It actually works. And of course, that's because it's the boyfriend shirt. And it's just the rule. Okay. We're done. Might try to actually set a fucking 40 tracks time at some point. But, God. I'm gonna, like, eat a well-balanced breakfast tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking have 12 illegal stimulants. Not just caffeine. No stimulants besides caffeine, thank you very much. And then I'm gonna try to do a thing, but I don't know what that thing is. I don't know. This is me being alive at 4 a.m. You're welcome. Good night. Race car takes flight and jumps a fence. Okay, hold on. Milk is good for your bones. I'm tabbing back for this one. I mean, like, it's easy bait at this point. But, like, this is not how, like, congenital bone disease works. The issue is not a lack of calcium. The issue is that the actual, like, process responsible for producing collagen is, like, on street crack laced with broken glass and just doesn't do anything. So let me tell you, I fucking had milk. I had like 2 glasses of milk with every meal back when I was living with my rents. And I was 220 pounds, and my bones were still transparent on x-rays. It doesn't, I promise it doesn't help. I wrote so many papers on why it didn't help because this condition is the easiest thing in the world to write high school papers about. Dude, I actually used to be 220. Can you believe that? Hold on. Hold on. This is gonna be hilarious, okay? This is your bonus content for showing up to the 4 a.m. stream. I have to be very careful to cover this appropriately. But like... this is where we used to be. Just in case you were wondering. And I did it all by eating fried rice and bacon fat. Woo. Anyway. I don't know, somebody baited bonus content out of me by teasing me about a bone disease. I think we're done. Fucking... as says soft. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Read what you want to read. Believe what you want to believe. But go to bed.
Race car takes flight and jumps a fence.